The workout routine that transformed my physique as a skinny girl who couldn't gain weight. You'll see my before and my after. I went from total pancake to an actual peach. Today, I'm breaking down the exact routine that shaped my glutes, legs, and back, the same routine that transformed my entire body. We're going to cover 5 main points of my workout routine: how I built a strong foundation with proper form, my glute-focused leg days, my quad and hamstring days, my back routine that sculpted my upper body, and finally how discipline and consistency helped me transform. And by the end of this video, you'll have the keys to the life-changing workout routine that will transform your body. My current workout split is something I built around my goals, my preferences, and what keeps me consistent, and it goes like this. Mondays are glutes and quads, Tuesdays is back and biceps, Wednesdays is just glute focused, Thursday is back, triceps, and shoulders, Friday is glutes and hamstrings, and calves. The reason it's structured this way is mainly because my #1 focus right now is growing my glutes. So spreading that workload across the week with different variations helped me target them from multiple angles while still giving each area enough time to recover. And even though lower body is my main priority, I still make sure not to skip upper body days, because staying balanced overall is important for strength, posture, and long-term progress. One thing I always mention is that I personally don't train chest, and that's just a preference, nothing more. It's not an area I'm trying to actively develop, so I choose to put that energy into movements that align with my goals. But that definitely doesn't mean you should skip chest if it's important to you. I actually encourage people to keep push movements in their routine because having a balanced upper body is essential. It just happens to be the one muscle group I don't feel the need to emphasize right now. As for when I train, I'm usually in the gym during the evening at the moment, but if I had it my way, my ideal time would be around 1 or 2 p.m. The gym is usually emptier then, which means less walking around and a much smoother flow through my exercises. Plus, by that time, I've already had my breakfast and a pre-workout snack, so I have plenty of energy to train, and I can grab lunch right after and still have dinner later in the evening without feeling rushed. My rest days naturally fall on the weekend, and that's intentional. Rest is just as important as training because that's when your muscles repair, grow, and adapt to the work you've put in all week. Taking those days off helps prevent burnout, keeps my body feeling fresh, and allows me to go into Monday's session with full energy. Overall, this split keeps me consistent, lets me progressive overload each week, and aligns perfectly with the results I'm working towards. If the goal is building glutes, glute days are sacred. They are where most of the growth happens. When it comes to my glute focus training, I'm really intentional about the exercises I choose, which is why hip thrusts, abductions, cable kickbacks, RDLs, and Bulgarian split squats are the core of my routine. I actually like starting off with the compound movements, so I begin with hip thrusts because they take the most energy and I want to hit them while I'm fresh and able to go heavy. Hip thrusts are my main strength lift since they target the glute max so directly, and they are the exercise where I can progressively overload the best. I usually do 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps depending on the weight and set I'm on, focusing on driving through my heels, tucking my pelvis, and keeping my ribs down as well as my chin so all the tension stays in my glutes. Then I go into Bulgarian split squats, which I absolutely hate and dread, but it is so good for the glutes, it's insane. It targets both glute max and medius, and it's a unilateral movement. I do 1 warm-up set and 3 working sets, 8 to 6 reps, depending on the weight and set. Once those are done, I move into abductions, which work my glute medius, the side part of the glute that helps with hip stability and overall the shape. I like doing 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps, going slow and controlled, really squeezing at the top and keeping tension the entire time. Then I go to cable kickbacks, which are one of my favorite isolation movements for the glute max or medius, depending on where you place your foot and the angle you kick at. This helps create that lifted, rounded shelf look. For these, I do 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 6 reps per leg. Again, depending on the weight and set, I'm making sure my hips stay squared and I'm not swinging my leg, just pushing through the glute and squeezing at the top. After that, I move into Romanian deadlifts, aka RDLs, which target my glutes and hamstrings while helping me strengthen my hinge pattern. I'll do 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps, focusing on a deep stretch, a slight knee bend, and pushing my hips back so the tension stays where I want it. Here's something I didn't realize at first. Glute days alone won't give me the lower body I want. Having balanced quads, hamstrings, and calves actually make my glutes stand out more. My glutes don't exist on their own. They're part of my full lower body frame. When my quads have shape and my hamstrings have tone, my glutes naturally look bigger, rounder, and more lifted. Leg day isn't just for balance, it's for enhancing my glutes from every angle. Let me talk about hamstrings first. Training my hamstrings tightens the entire back of my legs. Exercises like hamstring curls, RDL variations, and cable hinge work all play a role in shaping the back of my legs. When my hamstrings are firm and toned, my glutes look more defined automatically. Plus, strong hamstrings improve my performance on glute days. I hinge better, lift heavier, and keep better tension in my glutes because my posterior chain is working as a team. Then there are my quads, which deserve attention even if my main goal is my glutes. My quad training isn't about bulking up. It's about shaping my legs so my entire lower half looks strong and athletic. Movements like leg press, lunges, leg extensions, and split squats help give my leg definition without making them overly muscular. Defined quads give my legs that clean, sculpted look that makes leggings fit better and giving my lower body presence. And just like with hamstrings, stronger quads support my glute training. They give me stability, help with heavy hip thrusts, and make split squats and lunges feel more controlled. And yes, my calves matter too. Even though they're a smaller muscle group, training them adds balance to my physique and completes the look from top to bottom. Strong calves improve my ankle stability and make my entire lower body look more athletic. The biggest surprise for me is how much quad and hamstring training actually pushes my glute growth forward. When one muscle group improves, the other often follows. When my quads get stronger, my split squats improve. When my hamstrings get stronger, my RDLs improve. Suddenly, my glute days hit harder. I can lift heavier, and that's when everything comes together. Not just bigger glutes, but a balanced, sculpted, powerful lower body that looks cohesive instead of mismatched. Fourth, back routine. Training my back has been one of the biggest glow up secrets I used to overlook. It changes my entire silhouette in ways I didn't expect. As my back develops, my waist looks smaller, my posture improves, my shoulders open up, my entire upper body gains shape, balance, and definition. It gives me that naturally feminine athletic look that makes clothes fit better and lets my confidence come through without even trying. A strong back frames my whole body. A well-rounded back routine for me usually includes movements like face pulls, lat pull downs, chest supported rows, Penley rows, and rear delt flies. Each of these target a different part of my back. Face pulls help correct my posture by pulling my shoulders back and keeping my upper body from rounding forward. Pull downs create that V taper where my back widens slightly toward the top, which naturally makes my waist appear smaller. Rows add density and strength to my mid back, helping me look more toned and put together from every angle. Rear delt flies create that crisp definition at the top of my shoulders and upper back that pulls everything together visually. And then there's the ultimate flex for me, pull-ups. They're tough, humbling, and definitely takes patience, but they are one of the most empowering exercises I've ever worked on. Even just training toward them builds insane strength and confidence. But here's the part I used to miss. A strong back doesn't just make me look good, it makes literally every other lift better. Hip thrusts feel more stable because my upper body isn't collapsing. RDLs feel smoother because my back can hold the hinge properly. Rows and face pulls improve my shoulder alignment so Bulgarians, lunges, and squats feel more controlled. My back training supports my glute training in a massive way. And the confidence boost, it's real. There's something powerful about watching my back change, seeing little lines appear near my shoulders, noticing my posture getting straighter, catching glimpses of definition I never had before. Putting on an open back top and seeing my muscles pop makes me feel strong, feminine, and capable in a way that surprised me when I finally started training my back seriously. Back training is one of those things that sneaks up on me. I start for strength and suddenly my outfit hits different, my waist looks smaller. That's why I never skip back day. It's the glow up I didn't know I needed. Now, for the part that truly transforms everything, discipline and consistency. Because here's the truth, motivation fades. It'll get you into the gym at the beginning, but it won't carry you for months. Discipline is what keeps you going. Consistency is what brings the results. Showing up even on the days you don't feel like it is where the real growth happens. The beginning is always the hardest because it's the slowest. You won't see huge changes right away. You won't wake up with a lifted peach in 4 weeks. You won't magically grow a back or sculpt your quads overnight. But what will happen is your strength will increase, your hip thrusts will feel more controlled, your RDLs will feel smoother, your balance during split squats will improve. These small wins are the early signs that physical changes are on the way. And then, almost out of nowhere, the visual changes start hitting. Your glutes start to round out, your legs start to tighten, your back starts to show definition, your waist starts to look smaller because your posture is better. You don't notice it day by day, but one day, you catch a mirror angle and realize everything you've been working for is finally showing up. And this is where the mental glow up kicks in. You don't just feel physically stronger, you feel mentally stronger. You learn that you can stick to something even when it's hard. You learn that you can show up on days you're tired, stressed, insecure, overwhelmed, or in a bad mood. Those days count the most because they build discipline, and discipline is what changes your life, not just your body. Eventually, fitness stops being about how you look and becomes about how you feel. You feel in control, you feel confident, you feel capable, you feel proud of the version of yourself you're building. Your body becomes a reflection of your consistency, your patience, your hard work, and your mindset. If you found this video valuable, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more fitness and health related content specifically for us skinny girls. Stay consistent, stay confident, and I'll see you in the next one.